Morning everyone, it's Friday, isn't it? Time for one of these videos. I thought I'd get my ugly face out of the frame for this one and just get on with getting through the records because there's so many. I am here. Hello. Anyway, more of that later. So, right, let's get on with it. What have we got? I've got some 12 inches, I've got a bit of a mixture of records, and then I will show you some more collectibles and then give you a taster of stuff going out next week. So let's rock through this. Heartbreakers, bit of a rare 12. Got loads of Madge, always get loads of Madge on 12 inch in. Some collectible prints, as well as these collectible 12s. I've just got a whole load of like standard 12 inches, some interesting ones, and they go out for about £2.50 in my box. Anything basically less than a fiver, I just bunk out for £2.50. I'd rather it just got sold. Grace Jones, I've got some Grace Jones albums, got pretty much copies of all her albums. This should be in the collectible. This Sade is quite collectible, and when I saw it I was completely bowled over by the cover. I mean, beautiful. Look at that, it's a 1954 Les Paul. Can't work out if that's an original, but it's a gold top. It's got the P90s, it's got the wraparound bridge. Honestly, stunning. Frame that, I think. Don Henley, I mean, collectible to somebody. Eagles fans. None More Metal, Sammy Hagar. Got loads of Genesis in. I've tried listening to Genesis, I really have. I've really struggled. People have said, listen to Supper's Ready. I've tried. I've tried. I can listen to Genesis, but I can't listen to pretty much anything else. Help me, give me some guidance. Maybe we should have it as part of the album club, which if you're aware of, I'm going to start off. It's going to be pretty nerdy. I'm not sure I can just take a load of middle-aged blokes lecturing me about Genesis albums, but, you know, let's see. Kylie. OMD, so some of the more interesting sort of early 80s electronica stuff I've got on 12 inch as well. Duran Duran. I've got a mixture. I've pulled these out because it's a mixture. UFO, Erasure, 12s, Erasure. Right, that's the 12s. On to some of the interesting albums and then some of the collectibles. Nice early Tom Petty there. Got the Police, got loads of Police in. I wonder why I've got this in stock. Pastor of Muppets. Look, you know, it's a good album, innit? But if you are new to all things thrash and you're just digging out your stonewashed jeans and your white Reebok high tops and getting your perm on, don't buy this. Just go and buy Slayer. Just go and buy Rain and Blood, South of Heaven. Honestly, trust me, this is good, but that's better. Greatest hits. I'm not marketing this. Honestly, it's just they're coming in. Holly's greatest hits. Kowalski, never heard of him, only a fiver. I've got a load of Frank, we'll get to it in a minute. Got Frank, I've got quite a bit of interesting like Soft Machine Frank, Captain Beefheart, A Great Harvest Picnic compilation, get to that in a minute. This is only a fiver because it's basically battered. I mean, it jumps all around the place. I'll put it for a fiver. If anybody wants it, to stick it on the wall. If not, I'll probably frame it and put it on the wall myself. I mean, oddly, believe it or not, there is a market for people buying records that jump. I mean, if you're a record collector, you'll know that. Got several myself. Best of Earth, Wind and Fire. Totally underrated band. This is great. I've been playing this in the shop. More Police. Onto some of the soundtracks. Got loads of soundtracks in. I was talking about that last week. Just some examples of what we've got on. I know that if you're in Crosby, there is at the Plaza going to be Ferris Bueller, and obviously it'd be remiss of me not to stock a load of Yellow albums and Big Audio Dynamite, and I think Zig Zig Sputnik are on that as well. I've got all that in stock. More of that to come nearer the time. I think it's in a few weeks. Jazz Singer. Ooh, Mrs. Robinson, You Are Awful. Phantom of the Opera, not exactly a soundtrack, but you know, in that area. Harry Met Sally. I mean, the greatest soundtrack of all time. Maybe this, maybe The Shining. Oh no, hang on, no, it's neither. It's The Great Muppet Caper. Fiver. It's going to be hard to let that one go. Simon and Garfunkel. Insert your Art Garfunkel joke there. Alright, this is Esme Brady. I think it's Brady. I don't know how you pronounce it. Forgive me, Esme. I've completely got your name wrong. Local artist on the Clee label. Clee label are great. Get onto them. I'll just I'll CC them into this. Hashtag them in maybe. Brilliant, get onto them, local labels, support them. Paul Ewan's on them as well. Paul played in the shop recently. Put this in, it's not new and I've had it in ages, but just want to say, you know, best wishes to my pals, friends of the shop, future rock stars in the making. Heavy North, who had just started their UK tour, get down and see them if you can on that tour. Certainly get down and see them in Liverpool. I've got loads of copies of this in, but just want to say good luck, lads, see you in Liverpool. Devo, support local music. Again, that's what I'm saying. I'll talk. Obviously, they've got the Clare gig coming up at the end of the month. Get down to that. That's the 24th. You know, I think by now, if you know me and you know you come to the shop, I just really enjoy supporting local music. There's nothing in it other than just the enjoyment of helping local bands if I can. Anyway, Claire is playing 4:30 on the 24th. Get down to that. And she's promoting a new album. Devo, can't not have this in. Last time I got this in, it just flew out. Bit of Ray Charles there. What's that one? Ray Charles and Betty Carter. I've not actually played that yet. I'm going to give that a spin. That looks really good. Got loads of George. Got pretty much all of his solo albums, maybe missing a couple. But and loads of solo Beatles albums and just tons of Beatles. More Beatles to come next week. Really nice white album. Little teaser of that later on. I mean, if this is your thing. The great thing about this album is that, like, I think Joe Elliott's got his golf club sponsor on the back. I mean, that's how it was like in the late 80s if you're into this Sheffield-based hair metal. There's a great American movie based on Def Leppard where they're all American. They pretend to all be from Sheffield. They're all driving around in like Chevys. It's hilarious. I can't remember the name of it. I'll dig it out, put the post in. Dig that out and have a look. Can't not have Parallel Lines in. Whitesnake. Not really ever saw the attraction, but I've had a load of this in, all in pretty good condition, and it's all flow out. It's really collectible, so that's gone. But I've still got a bit left. This is more a bit of me, bit of Supertramp there, a little bit of folky stuff. Steel Eye Span. I know we're going through the genres here, but you know that's what it's about, right? It's a second-hand record shop. Cold Cut. I mean, there's a narrative here, isn't it? I haven't actually listened to this album, but I remember when it came out at the time, completely failed. Anybody here like the Human League? I'm always going to do that joke, so. Pet Shop Boys, more Grace. I've got all the Grace Jones albums, pop in if you like Grace Jones. Well, that one's actually got a skip on it, I think. I'll double check it, I'll play it. I just have records in the shop that I really love. I really love this John Grant album. If you want to start getting into John Grant, I would say get any of the Czars stuff, particularly the last Czars album, which was just before this, and then get this Queen of Denmark album. It's astonishing. Somebody was criticising them and told me they were the Right Said Fred of Radio 6 music, which, you know, I laughed at, but it's not fair. More cock rock there. Bit of Quo, so we've got a bit of a mixture. We're getting into the collectibles in a minute. First album I ever bought, I'm not embarrassed to admit it. It's a great album, love it. I think I followed it immediately with Now 4, and I bought like White Lines as the first single I ever bought, and then I think when I had to go for money to buy an album, I went and bought Give My Regards to Broad Street. I think I thought it was like the White Album or something. Anyway, it inspired me to get into music, and any record should inspire you, I hope. 10cc Greatest Hits. I think I went through all the Yes stuff. I got more Yes in. I think this is just celebrated. It's something like 100th year birthday or something. I mean, certainly that's how you feel when you listen to it. I'm joking. I'm not joking. Paul Weller, Fat Pop. Basically it is second hand, but it's pretty much unplayed. So that's the black vinyl version of that. 25 quid on that one. Bit of Lloyd Cole. People tell me Lloyd Cole's stuff is not that easy to get hold of. New press of Foo Fighters. Couldn't not have any Foo. I got a load of Foos in. It just all, I mean, unsurprisingly, sold. But this is my favourite one, and not just because it's the first album and all that whole kind of the first album's the best. It's just got, obviously it's got Grohl doing everything on it. It's just really good. This one and the one after is my favourites. All right, let's get into some collectibles. Got a load of Fairport in, some of the Fairport albums here. You can see them. Rattle through these quickly as I can. Obviously you can hear in the background, if I shut up, you can hear Heavy North playing. So if you've never heard them, give them a listen. This is a pink label, matte sleeve. It's first press, but it's not in brilliant condition. I've put it as it's just getting into a very good, so it's pretty competitively priced. Normally this isn't more expensive than a first press of Legion Leaf, but it's just in fantastic condition. Really, the vinyl's near mint, so it's unusual to see that with the texture sleeve on Full House. Got a mate's reserved this, so if he doesn't want it, it'll go out. This is Richard Thompson, I think it's 1972, Henry and the Human Fly. It's a very good plus on that. I just cleaned it this morning, played it through. It's got a few marks on it. It sounds amazing. So if I get the nod that that's not being taken by a pal of mine, then it's up for grabs. If you want something in these videos, just contact me, DM me. I'll happily put stuff away on a trust basis. I mean, it's amazing how many people put records away and then don't come and get them, right? So, you know, nobody wants that to happen. But I'll put them away for 2 weeks, and I just trust people to come and get it. If they say they want it, I'll trust you. Copy of Close Up. There's like a billion different versions of this. So this is the 1981 repress on the opaque black vinyl, straight inners, smooth, thick card but smooth. But it's really good condition. The vinyl's near mint on that. Right, this is nuts. This is it's a UK 1977, one of the first presses, right? It doesn't have the red sticker on it, but it's basically mint. The whole thing is really in fantastic condition. See the spine on it. It's astonishing. So, I mean, there's a big number on that, but I've never seen one in that good condition. There's a bit of wriggle room if anybody is a Clash fan. Otherwise, I think that'll just sit on the cogs for a while, and until somebody makes me an offer on it. Cafe Blue with the booklet. Really nice UK 1966 mono. It's got a few marks on it. It's in great condition. Again, there's wriggle room on that. Obviously, everybody wants a copy of Pet Sounds, and they do get a bit worn on the back, don't they? The ones that are laminated on the front and paper on the back. But it's really a great copy, best that I've seen. Some of the more interesting collectibles: Andy Warhol Velvet Underground featuring Nico. That's a double comp. That's got everything on it. That's for the Cosmics in your life. Get hold of that. Harvest compilation with that rare Floyd track on. Not played it yet. I was talking to a friend yesterday telling me all about that. I'd never seen this album, so I really love the Harvest label. Out of all those collectible labels, it's Vertigo, isn't it? There's Island. There's a few of them from that era. I mean, I like the Philips and the Fontana ones, and I really like Harvest. I love that label. Mahavishnu Orchestra, John McLaughlin. That's 28 quid on that. 1972. I realise there's a lot, isn't there? But I've got a lot of records, so I don't expect everybody to get to watch right to the end of all these videos. But I've basically got tons of stock, and still got enough really to get me through to Christmas, I think. Soft Machine, double on that. Got the Beef Heart. This all came from the collection in a guy in Thornton, and fantastic collection. You see all this stuff coming up now is from this guy. He's got part of his collection. So Beef Heart. Got some Zappa, Overnight Sensation. Most of these are near mint on the vinyl. Honestly, they're really kept fantastic. There's more Zappa. I think that one is a UK first press. All UK unless stated. Some of the stuff I'm coming up to is going to be American. I'll tell you about that. That is like a very early tan label, so I think one of the very first represses on that, not the tricolour label. Great, very rarely see this. Only 22 quid on that War album. Scar compilation, UK 1979 comp. Great. I don't really want to let this go. It's brilliant. So come and have a look at that. That's your thing. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That's 1979 funk soul stuff, and we're getting to a bit more of that funk soul stuff now. UK. So we've got a bit of Clinton, Funkadelic Parliament coming up. We'll have to create a P-Funk section. Easy for me to say. Brilliant. Funkadelic, Electric Spanking, War Babies. Which probably just wins best album title, whatever. Graham Central Station. Graham Central Station. I mean, I'm just envious of haircuts there. Bootsy, of course. Why not? Into the Parliament. These are American. This stuff, and some of it is really collectible. They're all basically in near mint condition on the vinyl with all the bits of posters, transfers, what have you. Really collectible. So they'll probably go on the Cogs, to be honest. If no one knows what the Cogs is, it's Discogs, which is basically a trade-in site for people who buy collectible vinyl. More Parliament, American. Yeah, that one's got the t-shirt transfer, the poster. It's amazing. In the mint condition on that stuff. More Parliament. Near the end now. Fred Wesley. That's great. That is a UK 1974, and this is great. They rarely get Find a Family Stone, and that's rare UK 1973, and that's really quite collectible. I was quite surprised. But again, the vinyl on that is, I mean, I think this guy's got this collection and hasn't played them. Put them on his shelf. Okay, some reggae, dub, etc. I think we're coming up soon. So we got some 1981 German. This one on red, Black Uhuru. This is an interesting compilation on, is it on Island? Yeah, it comes with the booklet. That's quite a rare one. Again, near mint. I mean, Gil Scott Heron is a bit ultra cool, isn't it? Too cool for school. So the prices on these are going up. That's a German 1981 T-Rex Lecky Warrior Lad. Hasn't got the poster, but it's in really good condition for a UK first press. Got a bit of Bob. We've got about 3-4 Bob albums, some collectible stuff. This one is a 76 embossed UK. Again, just all round near mint. I don't put anything as mint condition because you can't with second-hand records. More Bob. I'm really succeeding in keeping these videos short, aren't I? Linton, Kwesi Johnson, got a couple of these. So if you're into your dub poetry, get on down. This is interesting. This is Soul Makossa. I think I've pronounced that right. Jazz, funk, African soul. It's amazing. Collectible. That's on the Cogs. That's a brilliant album. Junior Mervyn, Police and Thieves. Again, collectible. If you know your Clash or you know your reggae, then you'll know this album. This is a 1980s repress, but still super collectible. I would never remember how to pronounce this as Pierre Ubu, but anyway, there's I think that's an EP, is it? 12-inch. More rare dub, collectible dub here, or dub poetry. Black Vault. I've had that in for a while, but I thought I'd throw it in with this video. Some soul, jazz, funk. Why not? Ghetto Blaster, Crusaders. Dennis. Getting near the end now. Blackbeard, some more rare dub, all from this one collection. Loads of early UB40. I've got the first album as well in stock with the 12. These aren't priced because, again, if you have to ask, you can't afford it. So this is the opening, this is the opening sleeve, and that's in really amazing condition, and that is the first press with the Basing address on the bottom. If that is your thing, that is expensive, but give me a shout if that's your thing. More expensive dub, Culture and Dub, King Tubby, and then on a high, and then on the good stuff. This is, I think, even a well-known album to people who are not particularly into dub, what have you. This is, I mean, it absolutely looks in mint condition. So it's not cheap. Excuse me getting it out of frame here, but I mean, it's totally unplayed. It's rare to find that, particularly for this album. They're normally well played, and rightly so, because it's amazing. But that's sat on the shelf. I think that is 1970. Is that 76? 76. So that is unbelievable. The archive piece, as they say. Right, last two things. I've had these for a while, but I've got a few signed bits. I'm getting some more signed bits next week. Scott Walker signed stuff. It's on the Cogs, but if you're interested, make me an offer, because there's otherwise they're just sat around with me. Okay, some teasers for next week. Got loads of Sparks in. Got Alice Cooper, early albums, UK first presses. Dio, some great metal I can show you next week. Still got tons of free to get through. Got some interesting James Brown stuff. A load of great Beatles stuff coming in. The White Album, slightly later stereo repress, but still amazing edition. excellent condition Bowie. This is all for next week. Rock and roll. Another fudge. Sorry about my arm. What have we got? Cardiacs. It's 12-inch. That still collectible. Interesting stuff. Dexies. Stones. Aftermath. Right. I think that's it, everybody. So have a hello. Let my hat get cold. Come and get some merch. Come and get a beanie. So hope everybody has a good week. However, you know, if you're in mourning or not in mourning or whatever you do, I hope you have a good week. Come down the shop, come and say hello, come and get a coffee, come and just talk, buy some records. I like talking, but it doesn't pay the mortgage, so, you know, put your hand in your pocket. And yeah, so what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, I've put a load of records on eBay, like 800 for £1, starting price, starting for £1. It's all like Mario Lanza, and honestly, when you buy record collections, all this stuff kind of comes with it, and it's all the stuff that you think, am I ever going to sell it? So somebody, unfortunately, has bid on that. I think they're going to end up putting their back out when they come and buy it. So anyway, look, come on down, and there's 21 minutes. Well done. If you got through all this, you get a free cup of coffee. So come down to the shop and ask. See you later. Bye.